It's another week and another edition of Hit Sticks here from the Star in Frisco. We've got a bunch to break down for the Cowboys in their most recent performance, but we're not going to talk about that. The Atlanta Falcons come to town at AT&T Stadium. It is Week 10. Isaiah Stanback, Barry Church, you guys ready?
Yes, they ready.
Let's do it on Hit Sticks. So the Cowboys are 6-2, but here on Hit Sticks, we're all about looking into the future. We're not looking backwards to the Broncos game. We're going to look ahead to the Atlanta Falcons. And Isaiah, this is a game where the Falcons are going to bring some pressure and try and challenge Terrence Steele. He had some troubles against Denver. How do the Cowboys help him out?
Yeah, well, we got to give him some assistance. I don't know if everybody remembers earlier in the year, we ran a lot of 12 personnel utilizing Schultz and Jarwin. And I think we need to get back to that until Steele gets his feet underneath him. Obviously, Collins is an all-pro, and he has to get his feet underneath him as well. But we know what he's capable of. Let's go ahead and give Steele some assistance. Let's put these guys in his hip pocket and put a little wing back there with the Schultzenegger as well. So I'm coming out here in a nice little 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and 2 receivers, and we're going to see if you have anything to go ahead and combat this.
All right, well, you know what Atlanta's going to do. They're going to try out Terrence Steele. I mean, this is a guy last week who gave up 9 pressures. I think he gave up 2 sacks as well. So they're definitely going to see where his head at. They're going to definitely send at least a couple guys to get his pressure and see where if he's ready to play. And that's exactly what DC Church is going to do here right now. We're sending the gauntlet at Terrence Steele. You better be able to protect. If not, we coming after you, Dak.
Okay, all right, let me make a couple alterations, all right? Boom, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we are protected back there with my guy Jarwin, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and put my mans right here on a little razzle-dazzle for you. A little razzle-dazzle. And you see who I got in the backfield.
Who you got back there?
I got T-Peasy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go a little motion. Yeah, I'm going to get you out of that. Yeah, I'm going to bump you out. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Back you up off of there. Boom, let's see what you got. Tough acting Tanaka. Oop, got him, coach. Oh, come on, Dak, set your feet.
We've seen it. We've seen it last week.
Oh, we saw it last week. But let's go ahead and take you through. Even though we failed to convert on this thing with the open receiver, let's go ahead and look what alterations were made. Okay. Now, right here on the left side, I put Jarwin. I put him in the left hip of Terrence Steele, just to give him that sense of security, that safety blanket.
Smart.
And I went ahead and adjusted it. I went ahead and did an audible, okay, pushed the little R2 button, and I made sure that he stayed in there and blocked.
All right.
Okay, so we wanted him to sit in there and block and give him a little assistance. So we don't have to worry about that. And I went ahead and took Schultz, and I said, okay, Schultz, make sure you can take a little peek on the way out, but I want you to go and sit right over the middle of the ball for good old QB4, because last week we had some pressure.
Yeah, we did.
But Kyle said we're looking forward. So we're going to look forward. And we're going to do it. And then I went in and just widened out this formation because I didn't want your guys all clustered up in there and making it hard for my offensive lineman to decipher who was coming. So I went ahead and spread the field out. So that's what we did right here. And as you guys see, boom, I went ahead and snapped the ball. All right, things are looking good. You got pressure coming out the left side. Jarwin does an amazing job. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Look at Jarwin. There it is right here. Boom. Jarwin does an amazing job right here, okay, of picking up this nice little blitzer. Eyes are on the target. Boom, making things real difficult. And then look at this. Right in the middle of the field, we had Schultzenegger, and we just happened to miss him. Now, being that this is a video game, I'm going to go ahead and write this off on a user error. Okay, because I believe that Dak, number 4, is going to hit that, boom, every single time.
So as the Atlanta Falcons come to AT&T Stadium this week, thus their weapons come as well. They've got plenty of unicorns at their positions, and it's not just Matt Ryan, who's still playing pretty decent deep into his career. How about the rookie Kyle Pitts out of Florida? He's a tight end, but really he's a threat at the receiver position as well. And then Cordarrelle Patterson, not a running back, not a wide receiver, a solid combination of both. And Barry Church, this is going to provide some defensive struggles for this Cowboys team moving into Week 10.
Yeah, this is going to be extremely tough for this Dallas Cowboys defense because what we know about the Cowboys, they're definitely a man-dominant team when you go on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm not worried about the receivers on the outside. I think Diggs and I think Brown could do justice to those guys and have a pretty good game on the outside. But when you talk about man-to-man coverage and you talk about Patterson and Pitts versus our linebackers or our core, in there defensively, it's going to be extremely tough for those guys to go out there and handle them one-on-one. I think they're mismatched nightmares, Patterson and Pitts, when you match them up against linebackers. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to take a Quinn special, and I'm going to try to have to disguise our defense, kind of get in Matt Ryan's head and make him not want to make the decision as fast as possible. And hopefully we talk him into throwing us one. But if we're going to match up man-to-man, it's going to be tough for this Dallas Cowboys defense.
Yeah, and then Patterson really is he's that guy, right? He's a slash that you really don't want to have to deal with, and he presents problems for you. He can sit right back here in this 12 personnel, right? You got one running back, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, but is he really a running back? I don't really know. So could this be 0-2 personnel, right? No running backs, 2 tight ends, and 3 receivers? I don't know. I don't know how you approach this as Dan Quinn, but he can sit back here and run the ball in between the tackles. He can stretch you on the zone scheme, or he can simply widen out and run routes on you because that's what he's done his whole career. I don't know how you handle this, man. And again, if you put attention on him so much so, then Kyle Pitts can hurt you on that end as well. And there's a guy by the name of Hayden Hurst. He happens to be okay at his position as well.
He's a mismatch nightmare as well, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, definitely for the core of the Cowboys defense.
All right, so let's see what we got here.
You throw a little razzle-dazzle.
Okay, you throw some razzle-dazzle. I'm going to do a little razzle-dazzle then. Since you want a razzle-dazzle, yeah. Okay.
Mismatches begin.
Yeah, now what you going to do, huh?
Sucky.
Now what you going to do? Okay, single high safety.
Here we go. And that's what can happen.
Barry?
Let's go to the board. This is what can happen when you have such matchup nightmares on the inside of the core of the offense. So let's go ahead and take it right here. Let's go ahead and zoom it up a little bit, zoom it out. And as you see right here, I try to throw a little sprinkle on there. I tried a little razzle-dazzle. We were playing a zone coverage because I personally don't trust our linebackers versus those 2 guys. They're phenomenal players, both of our linebackers, but against those guys in man-to-man coverage, it's just not, too much space. It's just not a great matchup. And we didn't have too much pressure last week. So I don't know if Matt Ryan can sit back there and dissect us. I don't want that to happen. So try to throw a little razzle-dazzle on there, show man coverage, but we're playing zone. But this is what can happen when you do that because you got guys coming all over the place. Here comes Pitts coming on a deep over route, and then you have Cordell Patterson coming on a short shallow. And as a linebacker, that short shallow, it grabs your eyes. And as you see right here, it grabs Vander Esch's eyes, and it lets Kyle Pitts right there behind him sneak into that open area in the back. Matt Ryan did exactly what Bridgewater did last week, had great touch passes in there, and that's what can happen with a mismatch nightmare like Pitts and Cordell Patterson.
So now that we've taken a little bit of what Atlanta can do on offense, let's go back to the Cowboys offensively, who have another key piece to the puzzle added back in. Isaiah, it's been a while since you've been able to use him, but Michael Gallup should be back this week. How do the Cowboys get him involved?
Yes, the trifecta is back. The trifecta is back. That means we have 3 of the most dangerous receivers in the league, and they're going to be on the field at the same time. I'm so looking forward to this. Gallup brings us such a dynamic to this offense. He allows for us to really take things off the top. He is our go guy, right? Even though Coop has the ability to run past almost anybody in this league, CD is our possession guy, and Gallup is our go juice, all right? He is the guy who makes this thing go. He puts the pressure on the safety. So having him on the field really stretches things out, and it's really going to open things up for a lot of other guys as well.
Okay, and I love the fact that we got our trio back out there, but what Atlanta's going to do, they're going to say, you know what? We don't think they can hold up front. So we're going to still attack and make sure that we get after Dak Prescott. Now, will Gallup be able to get open in time? Will CeeDee Lamb be able to get open in time? Will Cooper? We'll see. But Atlanta, their game plan coming into this, attack Dak Prescott. Let's see what they got. And I'm going to throw a little spice on there as well. Go ahead and inside leverage you a little bit. I'm going to let you know what I'm doing out here because I don't think y'all can stop it.
Oh, October's over, but you still using pumpkin spice. Okay, I see what you did there.
Okay, I see what you
did there. Okay, All right, well, I still got my great pass-blocking running back in the backfield, Ezekiel Elliott. So let's see what happens here. Snap it. Okay, I see what you did there. I'm going back shoulder of mine, son. Oh!
Double coverage.
All right. Now, we tried it. We tried to force some things down there. I probably had other options. But I want you guys to look at the pressure that having Gallup out here puts on the secondary. I'm going to go ahead and go to the safety position here so you guys can see it from BC's perspective. Right here, look at the stress that he has. You're sitting here as a safety, and you're looking at it, and what are you seeing up there, BC?
It's tough. I see a lot of speed in front of me right now.
So you got Coop right here, and you got CeeDee Lamb. All right, you got Gallup and Coop. So he's running to the middle half right here, the middle of the field, and you see right there, boom, we can get some depth right here, and you can get over the top with Coop. That's dangerous, right? Because he can run by anybody as well. So that's stressful right here. That's probably where I should have went with the ball, but I was being very, very, very bullheaded. And I said, you know what? I'm going out here anyway, right? And I like the fact that he's running a nice little fade route because he stretches the field. He stretches the field. If that safety wants to play over the top right here, again, we have our number one receiver going right over the middle for an easy touchdown. It's probably where I should have went, but I forced a hand here. And Gallup can make these plays. We're going to find out this week. Just doesn't make it right there. Now you bobbled that thing. That's out of bounds, just like last week.
That's out of bounds right there.
But again, Gallup allows for us to really push things down the field. We haven't had that big playability this year in terms of going down the field. We've had some guys make some yak yardage, but Gallup allows for us to throw this thing 40, 50 yards down the field.
Without a doubt. And defensively, what are you going to do? When you got 3 number 1 receivers out there, as you've seen, Coop was running right open in the middle of the field. If you would have went there, that was an easy touchdown. But this is going to be a hard thing for the secondary, especially Atlanta's secondary. Or who do you double cover? Because you're going to leave somebody single-handedly out there. And 9 times out of 10, these receivers, they're going to win their one-on-one matchups. So it's definitely going to be a tough task for this Atlanta secondary come Sunday.
So now that we've taken a look at both offenses, let's take Atlanta into the short field. We saw what they did in the open field earlier in the episode, and while they rank in the 20s in terms of yards per game, they're actually top 12 in the NFL in terms of red zone percentage. And a big reason for that, Isaiah, are the weapons you have at the tight end position. How do the Cowboys try and slow that down, Barry Church?
It's going to be extremely tough. We just saw what happens when you get zone out there against this team and how it affects your linebackers and your drops out there. Now we're going into the red zone, and this is where Kyle Pitts and Hayden Hurst and Patterson, they pretty much come alive out here. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to see what we can do man-to-man coverage-wise and just see if we can get a little bit of pressure on Matt Ryan and make him get rid of the football before he's willing to. But man-to-man, it's risky because, like I said, I'm not worried about the corners on the outside. But Pitts and Patterson versus our linebackers and safeties, I just don't know if that's a good matchup. But we saw what happened with zone. So we have to try something new. Hopefully Curse and these boys are able to lock down, but it's definitely going to be a tough matchup for these Cowboys.
You hear BC talking about all these passes. Who said they have to pass down here? They got Cordell Patterson. He's been doing a great job on the ground as well. They seem to go into every game and say, hey, if we can run the ball, we'll run the ball. And he'll get over 100. If the running game's not going well, then guess what? They widen him out and they play him as a receiver. So they have a two-way go with him. So you got to respect the run down here, too. I'm going to make you respect the run.
Oh, is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to make you respect the run. Yeah, here we go.
We're going to adjust a little bit.
Okay,
we're going to do a little adjustment.
What you going to do? Okay, so we
There
got a
we
little. Oh, okay.
We can't just let Pitts get out of there scot-free, man.
Okay.
So we're going to see what happens.
So you shifted away from my 3x1.
Away from him a little bit.
All right, let's see what we got here. Bam. Wham, bam. Oh, get outside.
Get over there.
Get
All right, but we got
outside.
pressure.
Oh.
There it is. All right. Woo. That was a close one.
That was a close one. All right, they did a good job. All right, I think that shift may or may not have helped my man BC right there before the play. And but right here again, you have to respect Cordell Patterson as he comes out this backfield. Right here on the play. Sorry, let's run that back. You got control.
Oh, I got control. Damn.
You're good.
Here, I'll let you. Yeah, that was.
Count it in and then go from there.
You can hit start now.
All right.
Let's see if you can. Yeah.
All right.
Because I think I hit it on accident. There you go.
There we go.
All right, you just count in.
3, 2, 1. Cool. All right. BC got lucky on that play. I think that the pre snap shift may or may not have helped him in this particular approach. But you see, we have the 3x1. Okay. I obviously have Pitts right there. I have Hayden Hurst, and then I have Justin Gage over there. Those guys, that's a 3-headed monster to one side. And then you add Patterson to the strong side. Now you got 4 guys that you have to respect all of them. So they make things very difficult personnel-wise. But as we come here on the play action, all right, I am again trying to force the Cowboys defense. Trying to force their hand to have to respect it. Now, had he handed off the ball,
he had a lane.
Woo, he had that lane, or he could bounce it outside, right? He has that whole seam right there because Gage is kicking out on that side. So, again, you have to respect the run, which we struggled with last week, okay, in terms of trying to stop the ground game. But they do a great job here of containing Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan does have the ability to run. He does have the ability to get out on the edge. It's not his first choice, but misdirection gives you opportunities, and he does have opportunity to get out here on the edge, and Curse does a great job up top up here on manning up Pitts and not allowing him to get free. Ooh, there it is. Not allowing him to get free. I'm going to run it back right from the snap so you guys can see he has outside leverage. It's not the position you want as a safety with a tight end of this magnitude. You kind of want to at least be head up to inside so that you can kind of cut off the field. Right now, he's giving him 3/4 of the field. You want to kind of send him to that side over on the right-hand side and limit him to the amount of routes that he can run, but he stays on the outside. So if you're going to be in that leverage, you have to get on your horse, and you got to stay in the hip pocket of this physical specimen. He does a great job with that. He gives them no options. We do a great job up top in the secondary as well, and boom, there it is. They take care of business on that side of the ball, and hopefully that'll be a turnover or a turnover on down.
So a pretty even matchup between the two, but Isaiah Stanback's the one that scored the touchdown, I think, today. So overall, he does get the dub for the second straight week. You okay?
I'm all right. I'm going to come back.
It's
a bump in the road. We're going to be back.
Cowboys defense going to have to step it up, and I guess the defense of the opponents as well, as Barry is always on the sticks for the defenders. But that's going to do it for us here on Hit Sticks. The Cowboys and the Falcons coming up this Sunday at noon. For Isaiah, for Barry, I'm Kyle. Thanks for joining us here on Hit Sticks.